currently sitting at 623 subscribers. So honestly never thought that the 4,000 hours would ever come when I started the channel, and I still to this day don't have any goals or anything for the channel. Never did. Just wanted to start it out and primarily base it around RV transport. There's obviously been other things that I've posted in there, like truck stuff, but I think that kind of goes hand in hand with RV transport. And then in my shorts, there's a few snowmobile clips and just my kids and stuff like that. But for the most part, it's all RV transport and just my journey learning the ropes with RV transport. When I started back in November of 2024, almost 6 months ago now, doing the RV transport thing, I was fresh. I had never worked for any RV transport companies, never actually hauled anything commercially. I just did a lot. I guess technically I did, but I didn't hold like a commercial driver's license or anything like that. I don't have I have a how do I word that? It's a non-CDL commercial license, basically. So I don't have a CDL, but I didn't even have my, commercial license to drive prior to that. That's something that Illinois requires, but I got that when I was getting ready to start RV transport, and other than that, as far as towing experience, I had my work trailer that I towed for my business, but I didn't need any DOT numbers or anything like that. And then I've always, at least for the past close to 20 years, pulled snowmobile trailers. I've got my own 37-foot travel trailer. And honestly, that's kind of how I got into it. Once I got the travel trailer, that was the biggest thing I'd ever towed, my 37-footer. I somehow, and I don't remember how, but I stumbled across RV transport probably on YouTube, and started kind of looking into it. I was working for a family business. I had my business, then I took a job at my family business as an operations manager, and I had an hour commute each way, and I was just started watching RV transport videos every single day during my commute, just listening to them and learning, and decided that, hey, that's kind of something that interests me. But I researched it for a good 6 months, if not longer, before I pulled the trigger on it. And I feel like I was pretty well educated on stuff, and even when I met with my dispatcher, I think I surprised him a little bit on some of the things that I knew, I'll say that if you're getting into RV transport and you've never done it before, or you've never done hotshot trucking, there's one of two ways that I would recommend doing it. Either sign on with one of the big companies like Wave, Indiana Transport, one of those ones that are going to put you through a training session that's going to really get you set up for everything you need and make sure you're on the right track. If you decide not to do that, like I did, where I worked with a small company, and I still do, where there is no orientation or anything like that, training session, then I would highly recommend educating yourself. YouTube has a ton of information. There's a ton of channels out there. A lot of them are not being updated anymore. The people that were doing the RV transport then are no longer doing it. But there's a lot of good videos that you can learn from years and years of people filming it. And then there is still a few channels, not many going on anymore. You got myself, and I think there's only 3 or 4 other YouTube channels that I am aware of for RV transport now. There's a lot of hotshot trucking, which originally I kind of thought about doing that, getting into the hotshot trucking, but where I'm at, I would have to pay for storage for a 40-foot trailer, like a step deck, or 40-foot flat deck trailer with mega ramps or something like that, and not gonna say I'll never do that. Like, that's still an option down the road. But I kind of like what I'm doing with the RV transport. Just being able to be power only. You know, you obviously deadhead a little bit more, but I feel like I'm more in control of my, you know, my schedule and stuff. I guess that's probably not the right way to word it, because you would be in control of your schedule with hot shotting for the most part. But I don't want to be on the road. That was my big thing, was I wanted to be home every night. And that's kind of how I stumbled into the company that I'm working with. We primarily do Indiana to Wisconsin, Indiana to Illinois, Indiana to, there's some Minnesota and Missouri and stuff, but I've only ever done Wisconsin and Illinois, so I've never once been out overnight. I don't sleep in my truck. I make it home. I try to film at least one video with every load I do. I typically run 3 to 4 loads a week, and yeah, I mean, that's kind of how it started. Like, my first videos are my first RV transport trips, and I've learned a lot along the way. I still have a lot to learn, but I'll continue to film and put it up as I go. I know some of the videos are probably repetitive because I'm just doing a lot of the same stuff, but I assure you that I'm learning a lot to this day. Still have a lot to learn, and you know, I'm always honest on my videos. I will let you know if I don't know something. I'll let you know if I made a mistake, and that's the best I can do for this channel, is just be real. And I hope that it's helping people that are looking to get into the industry, or maybe in the industry and just you know, interested in what other people are doing. Maybe you're just interested in trucks, you know, and you're kind of watching the journey to see how many miles I put on my 6.7 Power Stroke. You know, whatever the case might be, I'm not sure, you know, where the 623 subscribers, I'm not sure what everybody's tuning in for. You know, I've got my regular people that comment on the videos. A lot of those guys are probably RV transporters, or guys or girls. But I'm sure that not all 623 people watching the channel or subscribe to the channel are in the industry. So I will, like I said, I'll continue to make the videos. I just want to thank everybody for watching them, getting to the 4,000 watch time hours. And like I said, I'm not sure where the channel will go. I really don't have any plans. Just taking it day to day. Same thing I'm doing with RV transport. The nice thing about RV transport is I'm really not locked into anything. If I decide one day that